I was a very young student in the inter-school Christian fellowship movement when I first heard Winston McGowan speak. By then, he had become famous amongst us youngsters as a radical Christian speaker. And later, my interactions with him and his future wife, Maureen Robertson, also a powerful speaker, further enhanced those early impressions. Although his methodical way was clearly recognizable, it was his passion that I came to know. Although his teaching gift was clear for all to see, what I came to know was his ability to be a bridge of communication that brought together the perspectives of big personalities like Philip Mahabir and Kedlal Jagdeo. Known to his students as Doc, I came to know him as the Prince of Preachers, as he was dubbed by some of his contemporaries. My knowledge grew and became more insightful with time because it was a living thing, received by impartation. A knowledge that may be uncomfortable because it refuses to actually degrade as most things normally do with the passing of time. And that's exactly the point. When the characteristics you observe are in fact simply lightly dressed and thinly veiled expressions of the Holy Spirit, then you're speaking of things that are timeless, things that are tireless, eternal, and resident in the bones, as in Elisha. So for me, it is utterly to be expected that people will once again be slain in the spirit between the mess hall and the meeting hall, or that young people will catch a fire with spiritual passion and demand to pray on their own for hours, or else never be satisfied, or that young pastors will say again, when the man preach on holiness, is the only message he got, When he done with you, you feel like you ain't saved. Yeah, about that. Winston McGowan, he lives and demonstrates for all to see both sides of the gospel. I always felt that if he ever had a running mate with whom to preach the other side of the gospel in tandem, the revival would blaze across Guyana in their wake. God has ways of making that possible, of course. Healing, as we've already seen this year, invigoration, maybe impartation and multiplication. And why not? As Brother Mac would surely say, if God could do it in the West, what's stopping him from doing it in the West Indies?